Hi, life update here. Just checking in to see how everybody's doing. Just making sure that I'm not super fucking going out of my fucking mind with how fucked up, assholish some people are. People who are in charge of fucking making sure that other people are not fucked up, fuck them up. You're fucked. You should be fired. Anyway, let's take a look at how my life is going at the moment. So this right here, that's all the space I have to walk around in my apartment. This is it. You get this right here. I gotta move this fucking thing and move that over there. Got my bike there that needs to be finished a little bit, and then got all this right there. Oh, and then like a little space over there, and then over by the door. Yeah, that's it. That's all I get. Now, how much fucking room do you have to walk around in your fucking place? Because there's this all right here that I have right here because I had to fucking move. Because make room for that fucking thing, go out my fucking window. Somehow, when it was fucking 90 some degrees in here, I had to fucking do that. But anyway, what else is going on in here, Dan? What else is going on? Oh yeah, I just washed my fucking sheets and yesterday, and as you will know and see, and I will fucking complain, it smells like old man still, and it was just fucking washed in hot water yesterday. So I know that these fucking Central City fucking people are so fucking cheap and so want to fuck over the poor people that they're serving that they run hot water for 1/8 of the time that water's running into the hot water machine, which is the rest of it's cold water. They're giving you cold water when you say hot water. And so your clothes come out smelling like they've been washed in nothing but cold water, which does nothing. But anyway, let's go on. What else? What else, Dan? Let's check in. Okay, so what I have now is this computer that was given to me that literally has no batteries in it, and the batteries that came with it were little lithium batteries that you stacked inside this fucking thing. But if I unplug that, I have to wait 2 hours so I can get back into it so it recognizes and remembers who I am. Also, is so cheap, I can't even use, it won't even recognize the body camera that I use. I have to use the library laptop or computer. Even though I have this beautiful Surface laptop right here, just sitting here. Isn't that a beauty? Look at that. Just a beaut. Super clean. Can't even turn it on. I can turn it on, but I can't even run it because there's a password on here that Microsoft doesn't tell you that unless you etch it into your fucking skin or brand it or scar yourself, you're never going to use this machine again. So it'll turn on, but then it's going to say, we need your UEFA UEFI password. And since I don't have it, this thing doesn't work. Right? Hello, how are you? Works, is a beautiful machine. Now I'm stuck with this fucking thing. It doesn't even fucking work. The fucking cord comes out all the time. Fucking slides out. Anyway, let's get to what else is Dan trying to do. So, what I need to do, so another project is straighten these fucking wheels out. Look at that. Yeah, that bad boy looking good, right? So I've had to rebuild this bicycle. It's been over 2 years since I've ridden this bicycle or ridden a bicycle. And that's all I used to do was ride a bicycle, 20 plus miles a day. So imagine having to rip your face off, let it bleed and pus and drip and fucking ooze out. And then that's kind of like how every fucking moment I have not been able to do this is like on top of that. So underneath all that, now I have 5 lawsuits I have to fucking deal with. There's the HUD investigation, the first VAWA violation. No one here even knows what I'm talking about. That's called the Violence Against Women's Act. And don't worry, because most attorneys don't even know what that is. The Oregon State Bar doesn't even know what that is and what that entails. So when you go to get a referral, they're like, hey, I don't know, I don't know. You're a domestic violence person, go talk to them. It's a civil rights fucking violation. Fucking idiots. And I have to be the fucking idiot that tells the fucking attorneys who know, we're institutionalized, we know what's going on. They don't. I fucking have to straighten out fucking. Oh my god, dude. small claims case that was completely, that's one of the cases I have to file against the state, because the judge ruled, obviously, I mean, he broke the law with the very first ruling, which was to allow their attorney in a small claims case to have an attorney. But the problem is the Chief Justice in the notes to the only Supreme Court case ever in Oregon said specifically you can't do that, and that judge did that, which was the defendant that you serve the papers on has to ask for the attorney. The attorney cannot show up and be their representative first and then ask to be the representative, which is what they did. And the judge was like, yeah, no problem. I'm a landlord-tenant law judge. I know how these fucking poor people are. They're gross. They're trying to rip you off, hold you hostage. They're gross. Yeah. So no, of course you can have your own attorney. Duh. And then when I asked, beautifully, the exact same judge denied me counsel. That's unconstitutional and is cited in the Supreme Court ruling of Oregon that's you can't do that. That you can't do that. He says, he goes through the shit. And this judge does that. Don't even get into the, I'm not even gonna blow your fucking mind about what the rest of this, that small claims case was, where the judges don't even know the fucking law. The attorneys that I talked to about it didn't even know these rules or laws. They think this is a civil case. They don't understand that, one, people can fucking read and comprehend what they're reading. And B, you don't read anything and you tell other people, don't worry, don't read it, you don't need it. I'm gonna tell you how dumb you can be because I'm just as dumb. I mean, when I had to go tell the attorney that on the phone who counsels in public and goes in and has like workshops, this guy didn't even know that once one side is given an attorney, the other side automatically gets it. Judge didn't know that. These attorneys don't know that. Once one side gets an attorney, you don't even have to ask if you can have an attorney. You're automatically given it. But even when I asked, the judge denied me. Now, it could be because that same judge I filed a complaint against, and this small claims case was turned into a civil case outside from me. It was taken away from me and given and turned into a small civil case. A great example is, imagine, okay, so I go for a default judgment. These people, the apartment complex, has not even replied to my small claims case, right? They just ignored it because they think I'm a fucking idiot. They're like, what is this? Are you kidding me? He's asking for $10,000 because he lived with bed bugs for 6 years or 2 years, maggots and shit. Oh, fuck this guy. He's a piece of garbage. They didn't reply, so I file a default judgment. That same single judge replied and said, I'm gonna file my own motion in to defend them and help the apartment complex, because I don't know if the thing that I always deal with somehow, some way prevents me from suing them later, because I had a stipulated agreement to move out, because that's part of the Violence Against Women's Act, which is a federal, violation, breaks the Civil Rights Act. Maybe that thing keeps him. So he said, oh, well, yeah, they've never been notified, so we're gonna make sure that me, doesn't get the $10,000 because they didn't give a shit. I'm gonna make sure that the judge works for them and keeps me from getting that default judgment. So we have a hearing for that. Great, 3 months fucking later, on top of all this. And in that hearing, all of a sudden, I'm being cross-examined. Like, imagine Judge Judy, right? And all of a sudden, people are, the fucking defendant over there is now, they have an attorney, one thing, they have an attorney standing there representing them, talking. And then that attorney all of a sudden gets to now cross-examine me and question me. And then I'm now expected to, like, all of a sudden cross-examine them. Like I even know, like, I'm an attorney. That's what happened in my small claims case. It's not, so that's what a civil case is. Small claims is informal. All you need is, quote, the pleadings. That's all you need is a piece of paper and legs and face and walk in. You don't need anything else. And you certainly shouldn't be expected to be cross-examined or be ready to cross-examine or have an attorney present. I'm going to talk about that situation because that lady perjured herself, lied to make sure that the default judgment didn't go through because, well, of course, they're going to pay $10,000. So she had to lie to say that my service to them was incorrect. And all she had to do was repeat the address that that's on every single piece of paperwork I ever had. I had the right address. I served it correctly. I did it perfectly. I mailed me serving it because I knew they were going to do this somehow. And the judge just said, okay, yeah. She said it 3 times now to the right address. He must have served it incorrectly. Yeah, so she said it a few times. That's evidence enough. And then from that point forward, it now went back into the process of all of a sudden mediation and this whole other process, and it got taken away from me again. But I'm not going to talk about that. That's just that. Let's talk about the fucking and that's going to be a tort case against these fucking people. Let's talk about the let's talk about the VAWA Act. Okay, let's talk about that. So I have the district attorney forge my name in a petition to remove the restrictions for the stalker who's living across from me. The district attorney forged my name, forged the entire fucking situation, and lied twice without a court hearing, which is illegal, and then said I was the one who wanted to remove those stalking protections. And I only found this out because of the HUD thing. And then they're acting like, oh, you should have known 2 years ago when we did this. And I'm like, how the fuck would I know that? Why would I even assume? Why would I even think? Why would you think that someone who's filing for a stalking protective order is in a position to know, oh, who's the petitioner on each one of these little forms here? Because it doesn't tell you who the petitioner is on the order. So when HUD investigates this, they look at this and they're like, oh, this guy's just playing games. He wants to have him stalked, and then now he doesn't want him to have him stalked, and now he's out here complaining and videotaping and calling the police all the time now, and it's like the judge said this fucking guy had to leave, and the district attorney and the police are like, you know what? No, let's keep him here. I want to keep him here. So we're not going to care what the judge says. We're just going to override anything the judge has to say. And then I had to live with this fucking guy. He had to threaten me, pound on my door, tell me he's gonna put me back in a wheelchair, all this fun stuff that I'd already been dealing with for years after he'd already hit me twice in the head with a fucking baseball bat. After all that, all right? And I don't want to go into the fucking police reports where they're like, oh, I'm the fucking bad guy, right? So just as an FYI to everybody, if you leave a crime scene, you're guilty. You're the guilty party, right? If someone beats the shit out of you and you fucking leave, you are the suspect. You know why? The Supreme Court said, yeah, most likely if somebody leaves a crime scene, they're the guilty party, right? No matter if you're getting beat up, no matter what happens, if you have to go to the fucking hospital, which I've had to do twice, doesn't matter, you're guilty. If you stick around and continue to get beat up or whatever, then you're still gonna be the suspect because there's probably gonna be a few other people that are going to be able to corroborate that you're the insane person, which is exactly how I almost went to prison for 12 years. Because, I attacked 2 fucking dudes in the middle of the night with dogs that have guns and weapons, right? I, by myself, in the middle of the night, in the dark, going to attack 2 strangers with dogs, guns, right? Yeah. And another thing is, if your injuries are internal, like a concussion or like nerve damage, it didn't even happen. If you're not bleeding, dude, you're not even injured. The police couldn't care less. It's like they don't even know what injuries are. They're like, oh, if you're not bleeding, who cares? You didn't even get injured, right? which is just like what happened down the street here. I can't wait to fucking deal with that fucking lawsuit with these fucking dudes fucking throw me down on the fucking ground, fuck my arm up, fuck my face up, do all this fucking shit. And that's another lawsuit, so I have to take the property management to fucking court. Who knows, maybe I'll fucking take HUD and their investigation, which is completely slanted against me. That's the stalking case. Now, in the stalking case, I have to go through all those fucking police reports, all that fucking shit, dig. On top of the fact I have a retaliation claim of HUD, which I need to be involved in that fucking investigation, which was where they kicked me out of Doreen's place, put me in the fucking woods where I lived for 6 months. They retaliated against me because of the HUD claim, which came out after they evicted me, but I had to go to their shelter because they own all the shelters. The same people own the apartment complex that kicked me out. I had to go live in their area, and then once they found out that there was an investigation, they started giving me nights out, kicking me out. I have a letter from the last time I lived there during COVID, with 11 months I lived there. The guy who ran the place wrote me a letter that was so glowing, so great. He's like, if you get a chance to work with this guy, do it. And somehow it went from that to I'm getting kicked out once a month, every night in the winter, and then they just eventually just kicked me out permanently. Not a coincidence. I have to go get witnesses. I have to get documentation for that. So there's a small claims case I have going on. There's the fucking case against the fucking attorney general, he's going to be representing them, but the district attorney interfering with my case. The small claims case can be a federal case because there's you have to have the opportunity to fucking present your case. You have to be given time, due process. They didn't give me the due process. I asked the courts, hey, they didn't notify me. I asked them, they told me I couldn't wait. I had to do all these things. I had no opportunity to bring witnesses, present correct evidence, anything. So that could be a federal case. I don't have to fucking deal with that now. And that's just those things. That's why this, and not being able to use this, this? Yes, and then not having this makes you wanna rip my fucking face off, because then you have people who are like this, who don't care. They want you to have smelly ass clothes. They don't give a shit. They just want to save money on hot water. And then I'm going down to the fucking county board meeting again, because they don't care. The people in the wheelchairs and shit are waiting outside when there's fucking 10 people that are only allowed in a fucking room, the lobby. There's fucking like 30 fucking seats in there, and why don't they care? Why don't they fucking care that these fucking poor, gross, to them it's gross, these fucking poor people who are fucking sitting out here suffering, that stand on a fucking sidewalk by urine-soaked fucking trees, children, whoever, and there's fucking empty chairs right in this fucking lobby? Why do I even have to say anything? But I'm going down there tomorrow, because that fucking exists too. What else? You fucking name it. I'm trying to work out a fucking calendar so I even know what fucking days and shit it is. I got my disability cases I have to fucking work on, my medical shit, all my medical appointments. I mean, I gotta build all this stuff still. I had to fucking stop and tear it down so I could fucking move on with some shit and make room. I gotta fucking do all this stuff back here and make fucking room. I mean, it's just like, and there's so many other fucking things that's just me ranting. I don't even know. I mean, there's so many other fucking things that I'm forgetting. It's fucking crazy. I mean, I gotta cut my fucking hair. Luckily I have my own fucking clippers. But like, I need to sell this fucking thing. There's things I need to fucking sell up there. I got these fucking Portland flags I need to fucking sell. Everything I just said, multiply it by 3, and that's about what's going on with me. And the fact that the phone, I wish you could see the screen of how shitty and shattered this fucking screen is. It looks bad, okay? I can't even read some of the words sometimes because there's so much dirt in the cracks. And boy, I mean, like, I have to call attorneys, civil rights attorneys, not just for the Fowler case, because I have to fucking tell the judge, hey, if you're gonna appoint me a judge or an attorney, I have to give you a list of all the attorneys I've tried to call, why you should do this, because I've read some of the reasons these judges tell people no. And then for the attack I got at the DHS office, I have to call around and get an attorney for that. And no attorneys only want to fucking negotiate. They want to sell. They're salesmen. If they have to put effort in, that's not worth it. That's like asking a car salesman to go work on the car first to then sell it. That's what you are. And unless you're like a fucking classic car that can be rebuilt and sold for even more, they're not going to invest any time in you. They're not going to work. They're going to just talk to the other party and say, we're going to negotiate this like I'm a used car, or you're a used car. They don't want to do any work. They just want to negotiate a settlement, a payment. What are you going to pay me? What can you pay me? What are we going to pay me? Let's wiggle it down because we're here, because we're salesmen. And that's what the law is. That's how the law works. And unless you have enough money to make them work on your car, case, they're not going to. And so all these things I have to do on my own because I don't have any money. And in fact, I don't even have enough money that I don't even qualify for the quote modest means program through the Oregon State Bar, which would give me an hour's consultation for $35 as a discount. But because I don't make enough money for the poor people's program, I have to pay what millionaires pay for that referral, which it would be several $100s for an hour's consultation. And so on top of all of that, yeah, I'm gonna fucking read every little fucking thing that you people don't read and you just assume are there. And when I say you people, I mean attorneys. You fucking attorneys don't even fucking read the fucking shit. I have to because I have to. And when I read and I find out all this information that contradicts everything that I've been told by authorities, whether it be the library, which is also another fucking lawsuit for their exclusions. It's a constitutional right to be there. Look at my fucking videos. You tell me if I stop the library from being able to operate normally, and I never did get any reply back from the independent police review to go over the fucking cases that I have. And I'm going to file mandamus, which is a special court order that forces a public official to fulfill their job, basically, because the cop who has all my evidence of perjury that I give to, and basically was like, I don't even know what to do, dude. I'm out here dealing with people who are speeding and beating each other up. You want me to deal with perjury? I don't even know how to fucking deal with it. In fact, the DA told me, both people from the DA, perjury's not a crime. You can't be busted for perjury in Oregon, even though there's a couple of cases by attorneys already, which is what my case would be, pending right now in Oregon, down in Lane County. And let's see, what else? Oh, we're going on a good 20 fucking minute rant. Bring it. And then I also have attorneys monitoring this. I have members from TPI who monitor this. We're going to monitor this right now. Who, try to send in violations, claim that I violated the Google's rules and all this stuff when I haven't. And so I have that. Boy. Yeah. I have zero income. I have no money. I have 22 cents in the bank. And it's not that I'm not unhappy. I'm happy as fuck that I can sit here and it's fucking, I took apart my clock and it's over there in pieces and the fucking fuse went out. I don't know, it's like 9 something. I'm happy as fuck, dude, that I'm not having to sit somewhere and do a bunch of shit that I couldn't stand, or that I could do better than what this dumb judge is doing. Because another thing is aphantasia. You know what I'm talking about? Aphantasia? Aphantasia is fucking the ability to have mental imagery in your head. So, like if I say spoon, some people don't have spoon in their head. It doesn't come up. There's nothing in there. Right? What the fuck? And then I found out that, so when people are just sitting there, they could stare at a fucking wall and it's like, boop, my switch is off and nothing goes on in my brain. I'm there, breathing. And I'm just like, A, that could be fucking awesome because then you could just fucking meditate. Or B, why would you think you're smarter than me? Like, why would you ever think? Because I don't stop thinking. There's not a fucking moment where I'm not going all over these possibilities throughout all of life. Whether it's like, I'm walking down the street, it's a patch on a fucking bike, or it's a fucking way to sew something on a fucking bill, or a hat, or your suit, or like, why is the fucking, why? And do things better. I do that all the time. There's not a moment where I'm not talking in my head, thinking in my head, visualizing in my head deeply. Constant daydreaming. Thinking, creating. And it's like, a good example is I was at the courthouse talking to this lady and I was explaining to her like this aphantasia. And she's like, oh, I'm like one of those people. She's like I know the steps to do something, but if you ask me to like come up with the end product or to think or visualize that end product, I can't do it. All I can do is the process, which is the steps, like a fucking machine. Beep, 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 beep. Nothing like, why am I doing this? Is there a better way to do this? Beep, 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 beep. Is there, like, no. And I think most people are process people, which is recipe people, which is just like, you're just a code that has no ability to free range think. It's like, you're taking advantage of all the people who do the free thinking because you don't, and you can't, but you just suck off of their fucking ideas. You're the fucking leeches. Intellectual fucking leeches. And I come up with, I'm just like, so there's all your managers, bosses, people who advance, administrators, these are all process people. They don't have big picture ability. They don't have conceptual skills. They can't conceive of things outside of, imagine, put in scenarios. Empathy. Can they even put themselves in another person's shoes if they don't have the ability to think of that? What that would be like. If they can't even like visualize their own perspective, how are they supposed to visualize someone else's perspective? They can't. So that explains a lot. Like, people can't even have empathy. Like you say, oh, do this and have like these process people, when they're being told, hey, when you're having like a guided meditation, and they're like, visualize you're on the beach. Think of yourself on the beach in the sunset. Those people didn't believe or understand that, yes, you're supposed to have that in your head. They're thinking these are just words to calm you down. There is nothing in here. They're just words. So they just think and have thought, and of course the millions and billions of people don't see this, still think that that's just words. You're not supposed to really be imagining real sunsets and maybe a sail or clouds and whatever. And so we live in this world with these people who run the show, who run the things, who don't have empathy, they don't have imagination, they don't have the ability to conceive. What they do is they are machines who do. Like, get up, I can get up, I brush my teeth, go to work, get my gas, eat my lunch, come back to work, and it's like, why would you, what are you doing? What is your point in living? Like, what are you doing? just not dying. I feel like most people are living by just not dying. My goal is to not die. That's what I do. I'm gonna just do what I'm told. I'm gonna do what everyone else expects me to do. I just don't want to feel bad, and that's what living is. And then you just die. I'm just like, you don't bring anything to the fucking table. You're the fucking table that people bring things to. You're not, just because you're the table doesn't mean you're bringing anything to it. You don't bring anything to it. It's just frustrating. But anyway, back to that, because I'm fucking happy. I don't have to fucking work with those people. Have those people tell me to A, shut up, stop thinking to try to be better. These are the people who are like, they don't understand that working harder or working smarter, not harder. They don't understand what that is, man. They do not know what that means. They think working harder is smarter. They're dumb. And when someone like me knows how to work smarter, they can't think of that. They didn't think of that. And then now it's like they're looking stupid. So now I'm the bad person for making them look stupid because they don't know how to think. They don't think. And then they feel stupid because someone else is thinking. And then that's why the world's run so fucking stupid, because you have people who can't think smarter. They can't be smarter, be more efficient, do things better, because they can't even think of that possibility. And they're gonna blame you for making them look stupid because they know it's a better idea. It's better. But that's why the world sucks. It's we're fucking run by fucking people who don't like looking stupid, but they're in a position of power now because they've been such good process people. They just, I do the thing, I do the thing, I do the thing, I do the thing. They do the thing so well, then they end up, being a manager of a department or something. And that's why the world sucks, dudes. Aphantasia. Find out about it. People also think that they just talk to themselves. I talk to myself all the time. No, you don't. Almost nobody is in a constant state of internal dialogue. People have internal dialogue when there's a situation or a problem they need to solve or something, but people are not constantly having a conversation in their head all the time. I do. I non-stop conversations. I have non-stop fucking imaginations. I'm living in a parallel universe, basically, and I don't want to get into my fucking, the Cambridge, that's right, Cambridge, not some fucking quiz off of a fucking ad on Facebook. Cambridge's personality evaluation test, which is very involved, puts me in the fucking top 10% of originality and thinking, and I have all those fucking papers. I'm in the top 10% of all that fucking shit. Problem solving, unique problem solving, all these kinds of things. And it's frustrating when you need people to understand things and you know that they just can't. And I'm glad I've come to realize that recently at all. They just can't. And they're gonna tell you they can, they think they can, but they can't. They're not. They don't. They're not gonna fucking have any curiosity into this topic at all. They don't have any curiosity. These are the people who don't have curiosity. Because they're not, what, maybe this, maybe that, why, what? There's no contemplation, there's no other possibilities in their head. And now I have to have another lawsuit for the people who run this building. So the guy downstairs made up a story that I basically chased him to the office door, pounded on it, yelled at him, and threatened him for an hour. Now, I have video of the first 10 minutes of that, of me standing there. I have it on YouTube. You can watch it right now. And then I have someone else comes down as I'm typing on my phone, making no noise in that lobby outside the door. I'm writing a grievance to the client experience people, and he comes down, knocks on the door. I tell him, and I do a little quick video. He's like, oh yeah, they're probably not there because he probably thinks it's me. So, and this was just because I asked the lady that he was talking to outside, the lady he's talking to, who lives here, who I'm friends with, I gave him a bunch of fucking shit from this fucking art dealership, art place that's for homeless people, to work with and partner with. But I asked, as they're outside, I asked him, hey man, and I stand there and just wait for him to finish, because that's what you do. And when he finished, I was like, hey man, would you be able to, and I wasn't even able to finish what I said. He's like, you're interrupting me, you're being a fucking dick, you better blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, all I wanted to do was ask you if you would give her, the person you're talking to right now, the stuff that I gave you last week. All you had to say was, yes, I will. Instead it became this, you're interrupting me, you're doing this thing, you you interrupted me this morning, you did all this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? Fine, dude, whatever. So I walk in, and then as the doors open and I'm in the lobby, he yells to me, you better, yeah, go write a grievance, man. And so I go upstairs, and that's what I do, and I come back downstairs. He's already in the office, the door's locked, the blinds are down so I can see him, and and then from there you can see the video. And I got a fucking violation that said that I was, yelling at them, threatening them, pounding on the door. And when I wrote the grievance, sent the video to both those witnesses, the lady and the guy who came down, said, I wasn't doing any of the fucking insane shit. I got that violation, and that's now in my record. I have 6 months to not do this made up thing again. So that means that this made up thing that they can use to kick me out of here right now. Like, there's no reason that they couldn't just make that up as I'm sitting here talking to you right now, that I did something just to kick me out of here because they didn't like me. So I have to file a lawsuit for that. To get that removed, I'm going to file defamation cases of lawsuits against the manager who signed it and the guy, the staff member, who said I did it. And thank God for AI, dude, because these motherfuckers are going to help me. They help me write it. So I have to file, I'm becoming a fucking attorney. That's what's fucking happening. And I cannot go down and complain about the fact that 10% of the hot water cycle is hot. 90% is fucking cold water. It's like, it's cold water, you're washing shit. I can't even go tell them about that. I can't even talk to these people. Like, I'm not gonna talk to people claiming I fucking I'm a criminal, just to try to kick me out of here. And I'm the tenant ambassador of this building, which means I represent this building in our Super Friends, Super League meeting once a month, where everyone from all the buildings comes and meets and talks. I represent this building. I'm supposed to have a relationship with this fucking guy. I did have a relationship with this guy. I thought we were normal, but I filed a grievance 2 months before this happened against his manager, the whole staff, and all that stuff. So this falls under retaliation. Anything under any adverse action against me within 6 months of writing a grievance is considered retaliation, and it's now the landlord's responsibility to prove otherwise. But we know, because I'm a fucking poor piece of shit, that the judges, the courts, are not gonna fucking care what the law says. They're going to assume I'm out here trying to fucking rip them off and get money from them because I'm poor. Just like my mom. Ask my mom. My mom, she thinks because I'm poor, I'm gonna take her credit card and go fucking buy a bunch of stuff because I need a bunch of stuff. That's what I'm a materialist. You can tell how much stuff I just need to have. So poor people are just trying to rip off people who got money, even if the law says they're entitled to it. So there's that, and my medical stuff, my paralysis, all of it. But anyway, This isn't even 3 times all this is what you're gonna get. Is what's going on. Now, I don't mind being frustrated. I don't care about being frustrated. I'd rather be fucking frustrated like this than be working for people who suck. No question about it. I've never been happier in my life. Never. Because even if at the end of all this, none of these lawsuits happen, doesn't matter. I'm still fucking living here. And I'm not on the streets. I get food stamps. I can survive. I find clothing I can repurpose and then resell. I can find things to sell. So I'm not unhappy. I'm just mostly frustrated about this fucking thing. Like, I need this to work so I can make the videos that I've been trying to work on, but this thing doesn't even recognize this. But I can at the library. So like, this is kind of like, I have an iPhone this is what, 2022? 4 years old, shattered fuck ass screen, and I'm supposed to be doing everything on this fucking screen right here, while the library also wants to kick me out at any opportunity if I'm even talking to them. And in fact, I'm gonna go to the board tomorrow, tell them, hey, I'm gonna go in here, exercise my constitutional right. I'm also gonna ask these staff members who their names are, and I'm gonna tell the staff of the board in front of everybody, they're going to exclude me for doing that. And when they do that, icing on the cake for my lawsuit against you. So you can either, and there's gonna be a lawsuit for fucking, it's just like, it's gonna cost you more money to not follow the law, the Constitution, Oregon revised statutes that says you have to identify yourself as a fucking employee. But the library director says they don't have to. So anyway, I just wish I had this fucking laptop working. I have the pens and everything. I draw. I'm a drawer. I illustrate shit. I fucking, like, that's what I do. I need to get my glasses. That's another, I was gonna call right now. Get my glasses. Because my eyes are fucking fucked up from being hit in the head twice. They fucked my eyes up by that fucking guy. Thanks, Attorney General. Thanks, police. You're fucking shit. And the policeman who came down here after I got fucking dragged out of that fucking office by my neck, he was like, to you. So fuck you, cops. You don't do shit. And you wonder why fucking people hate you? Oh yeah, my mandamus is to fucking force that fucking cop to submit a police report at a minimum, which means the DA has to look at it, or it's documented that that fucking attorney, her bar number, everything is on record. But no, he's gonna protect the rich attorney. The cop, the police, this cop is gonna protect that attorney. That's the corruption that you're seeing. That's real life corruption here in Portland. Actual real corruption. They'll protect the rich attorneys even if there's overwhelming evidence that they perjured themselves. But because I'm poor, they're not gonna let that happen, obviously. Same with the judges. It's like, yeah, you're poor. No, what are you doing here? The HUD investigator, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm the bully. I'm the psycho. Not the guy. They believed everything that the property management attorneys told them. Everything. They took it verbatim and believed nothing that I said. And basically was like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm the one that's beating up Greg. I'm chasing Greg around. And that's what the HUD investigators believed. They also broke their ethical rules, which was they gave their attorneys privileged, which is supposed to be confidential information about who my witnesses are. Gave the property manager, HUD investigator, gave the property management my witnesses to then have the property management return dirt on them from their tenancy at the apartment complex, saying they were this, that, and that, so they could attack my witnesses. I don't know if that's illegal, but that's not how it's supposed to fucking go. That's a violation of their own fucking rules. I didn't get that privilege. I didn't know who their fucking witnesses were. They even got to protect some of their stupid ass witnesses that claimed that I'm threatening them and all these other fucking things. I had my witnesses. I've already talked to these people that lived there and would contradict every single thing that these people just said, let alone the video evidence. And even the video evidence was that I showed them. She was like, she underplayed everything. She's like, this guy's fucking yelling, shut the fuck up, from down the hall. And in her report, she's like, and he says, no, I won't shut the refrigerator. That's what she says. And then if I call this guy a cunt, which he is, and in it I say I only call men cunts because they're the only ones who can be cunts. She's like, oh, he called him, Dan Hagen called him a cunt. That's the only thing she writes in there about it. Not what we're talking about. Same with the Attorney General, or excuse me, the District Attorney. Like, never mind the literally hundreds of videos I have of this fucking guy being a fucking psychopath to me. I come out one time and he's supposed to not even be there. He's not even supposed to be in my presence. And I should say, also the Attorney General, the District Attorney, wrote an email to the North Precinct to tell them to ignore my calls when you're supposed to call when they're violating a stalking protective order. Ignore my calls. Only respond if I'm about to be seriously hurt or like murdered, basically. And then you can even ignore those. Because when he's pounding on my door, kicking my door, telling me he's gonna put me back in a wheelchair, they still don't even come. He sent that email. I got that email. I know there's more correspondence and I know there's more information. When I call, I don't want to go into the fucking sheriff. Like, I have the documentation of I have documents that they say that don't exist, that they don't have them. There's no responsive records. I have those records. So I know they're lying about that right there. They're lying about a lot of fucking things. They keep a lot of things secret and hidden because they colluded with the Officer Winters, policeman, and the DA that night when they're executing that fucking, serving the papers for the stalking protective order, which means that guy has to fucking leave. They all three coordinated to lie to the judge, who then that night overruled and changed the entire order so that he could stay there. And I found that out the next day. There was no court. I wasn't able to present. There was no opportunity for me to plead my case in front of a judge. And found that out the next day, Monday morning, first thing, I'm in there. I'm telling the judge, I have a floor plan. I'm telling her, explaining. She's like, yeah, obviously with this floor plan, no, what they told me sounded more communal or less communal and whatever. So that night, that day, the 6th, she writes out a fucking order. It says, I'm reversing the order from Friday. But guess what? 3 days later, the same verbiage is, and I don't know if she even knew what she was signing or whatever. Like, she's like, from what the sheriff has told me, which is exactly what had happened on the Friday, I've learned that it's not whatever, and that this fucking psycho can still live there. And apparently that was a petition by me to ask to have her delete, remove, whatever, override, whatever, the previous order that I was there for. So I'm there saying, hey, reinstate it to make sure he can't live there. And then I'm also the guy who says, oh, no, reinstate it so he can live there. That's the corruption that you have here. And I don't want to go into my fucking assault case, because that's fucking out of fucking control. The amount of fucking lying that I have in the documents of the police is fucking crazy. But because I had 2 assault charges from when I was in my early 20s. You know, we're talking about like fucking 30 years. There's no way that somebody who has 2 felonies is gonna be innocent when you have a neighborhood that comes together, corroborates their stories, the police interview the main witnesses 3 times without recording it or having notes, coaching her on what to say, and you have an overzealous cop. In fact, the cop that night said, I was lucky that those guys didn't shoot me because they had the right to fucking shoot and kill me. This is all real, dude. This is all real. And that's how I ended up homeless, is because they made me stay in jail long enough that I got evicted from my the room I was renting. And so then I just, after all that, just kicked out right here downtown on the street, January, shorts and a hoodie, and get the fuck out of here, tough shit. From there on, I've been homeless. So you're like, congratulations, police, on you just did a great job. Thanks, guys. The guy who stands up to bullies is the guy who's the bully. That's what happens. I stand up to fucking bullies. You go fuck yourself. I'm never not gonna do the right thing. That's the other thing. I can't be employed because I have to do the right thing. I do the right thing. Because obviously if you look around and you see how much isn't being done right, and it's detrimental to you, it hurts you, you're damaged by people not doing the right thing, you're gonna do the right thing. And people who don't do the right thing think everyone else doesn't do the right thing. Who cares? 51 fucking minutes. Dude. No one's gonna fucking watch all this. You kidding me? I'd love to do a live stream where I could fucking ask for some donations. $5 here or there. I could get fucking new laptop maybe. I mean, I don't want to go. I mean, there's so many fucking things, dude. It's like the government, the PHA, Public Housing Authority here, their website's like, oh, we don't want to have people be part of the digital divide, so we help people get computers, and you can get a computer through these programs. And when you fucking, they don't exist anymore. So even though it's on the website and they tell you, hey, everything's fucking great, it doesn't exist, it doesn't happen, it's not there. So they're full of shit. They don't care. And I know it's because I can be articulate, I'm assertive, I can talk in public. That's like the number one thing. Nobody can talk in public. And so since I can do these things, people think I'm normal, my brain works fine, I should be able to, go to this job, do that, do this. Yeah, there's no fucking way. First of all, my fucking arms are like paralyzed and I can barely fucking lift shit. Second of all, my brain makes me late for everything. And I mean, let's talk about my disability. The attorneys were supposed to have filed this motion to have me have an in-person, which is supposed to be my right in a disability hearing, administrative hearing, to be in person here in Portland. When I talked to the attorney, they're like, oh yeah, all the old asshole judges have aged out and retired here in Portland, so you got a pretty good chance of making your case. Because the judge in Chicago, who's assigned to, only approves 25% of the case. 75% of cases that come in front of him get rejected. And so I'm like, well, let's fucking transfer here. Like, yeah, okay, let's do that. We'll make a request to transfer here. Because they didn't do it until I asked them later, and it was so late, the judge said, because you fucking sent this in so late, no, you're not gonna be able to have your client do this in Portland. You're going to do it with me. And guess what? Of course he fucking rejected it. It said I don't get any of these fucking benefits. After fucking 3 fucking years of waiting for this. And so that's probably going to be another malpractice lawsuit against these fucking attorneys for fucking up my case. And people are like, why is it just you? Why do you do that? It's because I do the right thing, man. I stand up for fucking shit. I'm not gonna fucking let people bully other people. If you fucking need help, I'm gonna fucking help you. But if you're the one hurting someone who needs fucking help, you're gonna fucking be looking at me. I'm gonna fucking tell you you're fucked up. I'm not gonna fucking touch you. I'm not gonna fucking do anything like that. I already fucking know. But apparently people can make up things that I'm like attacking them. I mean, ask the fucking, I haven't had an opportunity to go through the fucking incident reports to show you what they fucking wrote about me and what their insane version of what I did at the library is compared to what the video that you can see and read or see and hear. I mean, the stalker, when they walk by and call me a stalker, even though I have a stalking protective case, I can't even find out who these people are because they're not allowed to fucking, or they don't have to tell anybody who they are. So you can't even write a fucking grievance. Now you're supposed to file a fucking lawsuit if you have to. They don't, a safety blanket over there or a spider over his face over here. Like who? I'm pissed. Just because I'm mad doesn't mean I'm not happy. Remember that, okay? Just because you're pissed doesn't mean I'm not happy. I'm pissed at these things and these people. That doesn't mean that I'm unhappy because of them. In fact, it's those things that help keep me motivated and fired up. But I would prefer to be like working on artwork, being able to move out of the fucking city, some other bigger projects that I need to do. But in the meantime, I'm still trying to fucking put together this bicycle. After 2 years with no money, I have to pick through each little thing at a fucking community center and make sure these, so there's just a lot of shit that has to happen. And 2 years. And Turkey, wherever Turkey is. I got her food. Oh, I gotta be there. I gotta get her food right now, 10 o'clock. I go across the fucking entire city right now. Whatever the fuck matters. Doesn't matter. If I had my bicycle, it wouldn't fucking matter, because then I could just be there and be back. But no. Oh, and the Care Oregon's like, no, we're not gonna help pay for your bicycle. Your problem is a mental problem. It's not a physical problem. And as I told him, yeah, I want to kill myself sometimes because I can't fucking make these appointments and people cancel me. The health brain people, they're gonna help me from wanting to kill myself. And I'm like, how many 640 people kill themselves on average in Oregon every year. Depression is the only mental illness that is deadly, that can lead to your death. And so that's what suicide comes out of. Murdering yourself comes from depression. And so if someone's asking for a $199, which is like what medications, most medications cost per normal, $199 bicycle to make sure they don't want to kill themselves, can make appointments on time, not get kicked out of clinics that they're trying to go to, and participate in their healthcare. And you tell them, it's just your brain, you don't need a bicycle, too bad. I'm wondering if that $199 is too much to keep someone alive or from fucking themselves up. The $199 is too much because your brain, it's not physical. First of all, your brain's not physical. It's all just like some spiritual energy somewhere. Like your brain doesn't function on glucose or oxygen. None of that stuff. None of that's physical. It's just so many people suck and so many fucking. It's stupid. That's so stupid. I'm gonna risk someone's life for $199 when we have hundreds of thousands of dollars. They pay They pay people's rents that are like $2,500 for months on end. And $199 is too much because it's in your brain. It's in your brain. It's not a physical thing. It's like, if it was physical, how would I be using my fucking bike? Why would I be using a bike if it was a physical problem I had? I just want to fucking rip my face. So many people fucking suck, dude. Like Cascadia, when I'm living in the fucking woods, they were supposed to have provided so many fucking resources for me. They didn't do a single fucking thing. They didn't do anything while I'm living in the fucking woods. Meeting with my counselors once a month, couple of weeks, talking to the fucking prescriber doctor people, none of them. They all knew my situation because I'm calling from the fucking woods while I'm doing it. None of them did anything. The disability people are supposed to be giving you money per month to help you live if you're filing for disability, you have a good case, and you're homeless. They're supposed to be giving you like several $100s a month, but they don't tell anybody that. I didn't find that out until I wasn't homeless, so I could be secure enough to go down and find out that I could have gotten that. But they don't tell anybody that. Nobody in any of these fucking shelters or resources, anybody, and I know a lot of them at all these places, have even heard of this program. I was eligible to not have to live like a fucking savage. But because the government wants to keep this program secret, actually they just don't want to have customers. They just want to have as few customers as possible, so they don't tell anybody that they even have a business to do this. And see, the problem is with that is, it's like, fuck, dude, whatever with me. Like, I don't even matter, okay? Nothing matters with me. I'm pissed off because of the people that I've had to stand in line with, sleep next to, be around, have to involve myself with. Those fucking people are the ones who need this fucking help. And now that I've gone through it, I know what they're being deprived of. I can see what these shitty fucking people are doing to these people and keeping secret from them. I'm fighting for the people behind me who need it and don't know that they should be getting it. I'm fighting for those fucking people. I'm fighting for the respect and dignity of people at the library. I'm fighting for the dignity and the respect for the people who have to fucking sit on the fucking sidebar. Because they can't do what I can do, which is go and tell these fucking people that they fucking suck. That they don't have the courage to stand up to these people who are big boss intimidators, who treat everyone like they're employees. I don't fucking work for you, ladies, dudes. I'm not your employee. Don't talk to me like I'm your employee. I don't have to abide by your code of conduct, which is I don't have an employee handbook. If I'm respectful, that's all that fucking matters, okay? And if you talk to me like you would never talk to your boss, you're being disrespectful. That's the definition for you. If you ever wonder why, I want to know if someone's treating you disrespectfully, if they wouldn't talk to their boss like they talk to you, they're being disrespectful. Because if they have a boss that they would talk shitty to, I don't even know. Like, is that even that's not even possible. So as soon as someone in an official capacity starts talking to you in a way that you know their boss would be not tolerate from them, that's where you shouldn't tolerate it either. Yeah. So people in power don't like me because I'm going to tell them what they're doing to hurt other people. They think it's me. I'm out here for Dan Hagen. Dan Hagen this, and Dan Hagen wants this, and why can't I get that? Me, the Daffy Duck thing. Mine. No, motherfuckers, it's for these other fucking people who are in wheelchairs, who have to fucking roll down the fucking street or have fucking both fucking feet fucked up. One's amputated, another one's fucking infected. These people can't get around and do these fucking things. No one's gonna stand up for them. No one's gonna fucking try to do anything for them. I am, because I'm out there with these. I fucking love people. I love everyone. Okay? Even these people that I am pissed at. And I say, hey, These people, I just want them to change. I just want them to do the right thing and continue to do the right thing. I don't have time to fucking be like, punish you. I don't give a fuck. The punishment for you is like you even have to do something that somebody else that you despise wants you to do. That's your punishment. I just want the rest of time to go better. Everyone to treat people better. Going forward, you should be fucking treating people at the library like they're fucking human beings and not garbage. For the rest of the time, ever, all the time. At the DHS, treat people like they're fucking humans, all the time, going forward. Teaches people that you can't fucking treat people like garbage. Like, anyone who's watching this probably knows that. I'm just fucking pissed. I'm pissed that I can't go downstairs and complain about these fucking smelly fucking sheets that smell like me, an old fucking man, and I just fucking washed them yesterday. That's disgusting. One day. Imagine what all these other clothes, and then all of us in here smell like that. And we all go out trying to fucking have some dignity, and we all go out and smell gross. And the people who run this place don't fucking care that we have to fucking think less of ourselves and risk more and more isolation, more and more loneliness, more and more self-hate. They don't care. All they care about is making sure their boss is happy and making sure their boss's boss is happy. And all it is about bosses and bosses. And it's not about fucking the thing that they're here for, which is me, the people in here, and everyone who's going to be coming in here. And yes, I do love you. And by saying love you, let's get this clear here, okay? Because people's ideas of what the words mean is totally different. Like, they fantasia them. When someone says, I love you, do you know how differently people think that means? So, when I say I love you, I'm not saying I'm attracted to you or anything. What I'm saying is, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm respecting you, and I'm not afraid to know you, talk to you, or be your friend. I'm not afraid of you. I trust you. And unfortunately, I have to trust everybody. Because if you don't trust people, you're the person that you're the problem. But you're also probably the process people. The process people are the ones who fucking, oh, they glitched my fucking recipe. Fuck that, I'm never gonna, oh, the glitched recipe, they fucked that. And it's like, well, this therapy session was pretty good. Thanks, guys.